Hi everybody, I'm Hub Arkush here for Pro Football Weekly as we preview the AFC Conference Championship game. Associate editor Kevin Fishbane covers the New England Patriots, and he'll help us out with this one as we look at a rematch of the 2011 conference title game. That one went to New England, although a couple plays at the end, the Ravens let that one get away. Two very different teams though, Kevin. We'll start with the New England Patriots, who've really done a nice job of rebuilding their defense on the fly during the course of the season.
Yeah, it started with the draft when they traded up twice to get Chandler Jones and Dante Hightower. Both those guys have been impact players in the front seven. Then mid-season, they make the trade for Aqib Talib, completely changed the secondary. And when you look back to that Week 3 game when they played the Ravens, Joe Flacco was not facing the same secondary he's going to see on Sunday. Talib moving Devin McCourty to safety has made a real big difference for them.
Well, the other thing worth pointing out, and I'm sure Bill Belichick won't have his guys focused on this, but I was on the sidelines for that one for Dial Global Radio for the national broadcast. That was one where what I call the fake officials were very much involved, and I don't think the Ravens win that one without a little bit of help. That said, Ravens very impressive the last couple of weeks in the playoffs, doing what they have to do on the road to win. I think the thing you got to worry about first there is that both Ray Rice and Bernard Pierce limped off the field at different times last week. The Ravens hope they'll both be ready to go. They're going to have to give Joe Flacco some help.
Yeah, they're going to need everything they can on offense to score points. We know that New England can score points against anybody. I mean, they put up 41 against a pretty good Houston defense. They can get after with the run and the pass, and the Ravens want to do that with Ray Rice and Bernard Pierce. And Joe Flacco's been great in the past two playoff games, and he played pretty well against New England earlier in the season, but he's going to need that extra factor, especially because consistency and accuracy have sometimes been a problem for him. Having that safety valve of a Ray Rice to keep the New England defense honest will be really helpful for him.
Well, it's interesting. One more thing on the Baltimore offense. Anquan Boldin has been such a factor, and yet he clearly is a 4-6 guy, best case at this point. You wonder against this very physical and athletic Patriots secondary if he'll be able to get much done.
Yeah, he's going to be a key for them because it was Torrey Smith in their first matchup, so you got to imagine the Patriots are going to be focused on Torrey Smith, not letting them beat their secondary back. And Jacoby Jones had a few big plays. It was a pass interference on Jones near the goal line that led to the game-winning field goal. So that's where Boldin can kind of sneak up on you, be that possession receiver in the middle of the field, make some of those big plays. It's kind of a question what Belichick's going to do with his corners. Talib's very physical, so you know he can match up with Boldin, but would you rather have him on a guy like Torrey Smith that can stretch the defense?
Now, defensively, the Ravens have been a different ball club, a much better defense in these playoffs. A lot of that credited to the return of Ray Lewis, as much the emotional lift he gives them as his physical play. And Paul Kruger's been a force to be reckoned with. Elodie Nada is always dangerous. So even though everybody struggles with this New England offense, the way the Ravens defense is playing, do they match up better than most?
Well, the Ravens always play well against New England. Even if they give up a lot of points like they did in Week 3, they find a way to make it close. And chalk that up to the fact it's a familiarity thing. These guys are well, accustomed to what Bill Belichick's offense is going to throw at them. You mentioned Kruger, Terrell Suggs, Donnell Ellery had a 1.5 sacks against the Patriots last time. Ed Reed has always been kind of a foe for Tom Brady to try to get past. So, they certainly have the weapons to keep the Patriots defense at least at bay in terms of keeping that game close.
Well, and the one thing that the Ravens will not have to deal with, or not the one thing, but the one player, is all-pro tight end Rob Gronkowski. Now, the Patriots got used to playing without him the second half of the season, went into their playoff game last week against Houston. He went down, didn't seem to faze him at all. But still, he is arguably the best tight end in football. That's got to be a significant loss.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things where they would love to have him, but they can make do without him. He only had 2 catches against the Ravens in Week 3. Aaron Hernandez didn't play in that game. Expect to see a lot of Hernandez in this one. But Gronkowski's a great run blocker. He's so good in the red zone. That's really one of the things where you'll see the Patriots really dial up the no-huddle in the red zone. They're trying to find those advantages. And for a long time, it's just, well, you have Gronkowski throw the ball up and he'll catch it. They don't have him down there. They're really going to try to hurry things up when they get near the goal line to score points. And Shane Vereen was the guy who stepped up last week. Look for him and Stephen really to be very, very involved in this one without Gronk.
All right, Kevin, we've been making predictions in our previews all season long. No reason to stop now. How do you see this one coming out?
Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots. I think it's going to be a close game. I know it's a big spread, but I expect Baltimore to keep it within a touchdown. They always seem to do that. But New England just has too much firepower on offense. They have the home field advantage. And I expect the Patriots to just do enough to get by in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Ravens can do that this time. It's been a good run for them, but this is not the same Raven defense. It's a better Patriot defense. I think the Patriots want to send a message in this one. I think it could be close for a half, maybe 3/4, but I see the Patriots winning this one going away. That'll do it for our preview of the AFC Conference Championship game. To check out our NFC Conference Championship preview and all the best in news, notes, and analysis 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on Pro Football, you want to be right here at ProFootballWeekly.com.